Hey, I'm Michaela Slinger. I'm here with you at Acadia Beach on the unceded territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh Nations in Vancouver, and I'm going to walk you through my debut album, Panorama. Give you a little bit of insider information into how I wrote the songs, what they mean to me. And before I do, I wanted to do it here, first of all, because it's very beautiful, and also because when I was deciding whether or not I wanted to do music, I used to jump on my bike after a day of work at my full-time job and come and sit here and write in my journal. That was right around the time that I wrote Flux, so I felt like it was quite full circle for me to come back here and do this. So the first song on the album, after you hear my grandpa, Ted, speak, and I'll get to my grandparents at the end of this, but the first song that you hear is Masquerade. And I don't want to choose favorites, but, I mean, I'm not going to, but Masquerade is definitely one of the songs I've been the most excited to share off of the album. As soon as I heard it and I heard the first demo we did, like, I could not stop listening to it. I hope it makes you feel triumphant and bold and confident. And it was kind of a lesson for me in leaning into some of my weirder ideas, because I'd had the chorus ideas for Masquerade on my phone for many months and I couldn't figure out what parts they were of the song. I couldn't pull it together, so I kind of just kept it to myself. And then I worked up the courage to show my producers and be like, do you think that this is anything? And it ended up being one of my favorites. So note to self, if an idea scares you or you don't fully understand it, it's probably a good idea to lean into it. Second track is You Are the City. And it's funny because somebody said this song reminds them of New York City, which is great. I think like New York's a very romantic city, but I obviously wrote it about Vancouver, and I referenced the Lionsgate Bridge, which is kind of this iconic architectural like postcard that you might get sent from Vancouver if somebody you know visited there. And I wrote this song in the first apartment that I lived in with my partner when we first lived in the city, and to me it's just kind of capturing that feeling of falling in love and nighttime driving and just being excited to sort of, I guess in a way, play at adulthood when you're living with somebody for the first time. Third track is Too Good to Be Great, and I said this in a different video, but Too Good to Be Great for me is, it's a sleeper hit. It caused me a lot of angst. I didn't know the identity of this song. I knew that I liked the structure of it, but it took so many different versions until I was finally happy. But when that final mix came back, it was summer in Vancouver and I was house sitting at a friend's place who had a pool. So I had the song in my ears. I was dancing around on this pool deck on a sunny day. And so that's always kind of just what it makes me think about, is dancing and lightness and happiness. But it also makes sense for me that it's track 3, because there's 3 upbeat songs and then we're kind of about to go into a more melancholy bit of music. And so Too Good to Be Great, as upbeat as it is, it's kind of dealing with some themes about realizing that maybe you're not totally happy where you are, or like you want to make a life change, and then the next couple tracks sort of take you into that real place of questioning.